Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your June 2023 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead. Welcome back. I'm very excited to read for you this month, Sagittarius. In fact, your energy, as I've been meditating on it, is one of the more hopeful ones this month. I've got to tell you, a lot of the signs leading up to you this month. I've done Gemini all the way through to you now, so I'm halfway through. Have been really heavy and a little bit difficult to read for. You, however, are not. Okay, so things are lightening up. Things are making sense. You are really filtering through the good and bad, the light and the dense, and you know more now what you want to be a part of and how it all comes together. So yes, before I get too far ahead of myself, as usual in this reading, I'll be doing intuitive messages, a week-to-week tarot forecast, and an extended reading linked below on Patreon. Do subscribe to the channel if it resonates. But yeah, intuitively Sagittarius for June, it is crossing a threshold, okay? From this point forward, I feel, so by the time you hit July, there are just some things you don't have to do anymore. There are some hardships, some overbearing, looming fears, difficult, dark things that are not a part of the equation anymore. So you don't want to keep reinforcing them. Try even early in June to make a list of what you've accomplished in the last 2 years. Wow, I don't have to go through that again. I've done it. Making sure also that you're not recreating negative loops. So, for example, if you've been having to deal with things that are run down or things that were deteriorating, how can you not have to do that again? So just as a hypothetical example, dealing with a deteriorating house, or dealing with even something in the body that was declining, or a health problem like a declining thyroid, or something in the house like a declining central air and heat system or something. I'm seeing a lot of people having to face things, whether it's in the house or the body or the town or community, that have declined, deteriorated, or stagnated, and we are fixing that here. And for you guys, I feel that you've kind of already done it. So maybe things aren't totally 110% complete, but I feel that the lion's share of difficulty for many of you has ended, and now you get rewards, and now you also get the other side connotation of it. I feel that you have to give yourself grace and not necessarily just items, but situations or experiences that reinforce what you've done or remind you of how you've elevated or really removed certain problems from your life. So in Scorpio's reading this month, the sign before you, which you may overlap with sometimes, I was talking about how important it was to decrease or reduce certain problems or certain fear spectrums or heavinesses. And I feel that you need to do this too, Sagittarius. I would keep things somewhat light, liquid, easy moving, adaptable, flexible. Saturn is in your fellow mutable sign of Pisces, which will be squaring anything that you have in Sagittarius, which can kind of make things really unsubstantial or really lighter or really weightless. And I would try to lean into the positives of what that means. So perhaps more traveling, perhaps more looking around, perhaps more experimenting, perhaps more experiencing of environments that you've not been in, cultures you've not been in, learning new languages. What an incredible thing to do for Sagittarius. New degrees, new pathways, new academic understanding, even religious studies for some of you with Saturn in Pisces could be interesting. And in order to make any of these new horizons possible, right, like with the Two of Wands, which is in your reading, the Sun card, the Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, it's you're wanting to plant new seeds and gain new ideas, gain new clarity on how you can zoom out and sort of not get too trapped or too weighed down or too anchored down. That's going to be an important thing to cultivate this month. Definitely. And the most important intuitive message that I'm feeling for you guys is just, again, grace. So I made a video called New 2023 Insights, Moving with Grace, Justice, and Wellness, which I'll link below. And that's going to be important for you. So not getting into these deterioration grids where it's I can't change anything. My shoes don't fit right, but I'm not going to buy new ones. My mattress causes me terrible pain, but I'm not, going to change that. I live in an area that has terrible air pollution, but the housing market is too severe for me to change that. I'm not saying that that never happens. Like, people sometimes do get stuck or do have things that they can't just like change on a dime. But I'm also seeing something come up very new, like since like May 2023, where people really start deconstructing things, and they're like, okay, because of all of these like hundreds of different little micro problems, I'm too overwhelmed to move, or I'm kind of like even not even going to consider possibly making things healthier or more wieldy in my life. So that's really the key here: flexibility, wieldiness, the ability to change things, not settling sometimes for crap. Okay, not settling. I've actually been having to implement a motto in my life. If it doesn't taste good, I don't eat it. Okay, so if the air doesn't smell good, I'm probably not going to run in it. Okay, I've seen people get so committed or so loyal to themselves or certain like routines that they're like, okay, even if the food tastes bad, I'm just going to eat it anyway. Or even if the air is really polluted, I'm just going to go on that run anyway. And we've got to start amping up our own filtration system and really clarifying our choiceful technique, okay, of like, okay, this is a condition where I can run. This is a food that I can eat. Now, this is a condition where I can't run. I can't run in 105-degree humid, smog polluted air. But, yes, in like 75-degree, 80-degree mountain air, it's perfect. I can eat this farmer's market, locally grown food. But you know what? Probably this mass-produced fast food drive-through at midnight, maybe not. So starting to not get too much interlap and really starting to set your own boundaries in your life is going to be important to start signaling to the universe that you're treating yourself in a way that is not just like, I'll take what I can get, okay? And there are realities, okay? So for some people, there aren't the ability to move or change, but I don't think that that's Sagittarius. And your reading is indicating to me that you have a lot of wiggle room here. So anyway, let's talk about your week to week. First week of June 2023, you have the Seven of Swords rooted down by the Two of Wands. Okay, stop allowing people to steal your time. Okay, how do I explain this? How do I put this into words? Stop allowing people to... how do I explain this? To sap or bring down your faith in your ability to change things. So, that quote unquote mature tone of voice. It's like, well, just keep paying your mortgage. Just keep like living in that place you don't like. Just keep it up, just to have some kind of stability. You are called, or Sagittarius in general is called in June to really be in that Two of Wands mode where they're zooming out, they're looking at the world, they're holding this situation in their hands, and they're not limiting themselves in certain ways that they used to. So we have to get healthier as well. I think that people are over taking your time. I think you don't have enough time for yourself in the first week of June. It needs to be seen, and you also might need to reappropriate your own time and give less of it to certain people. So week 2, the Ace of Swords rooted down by the Moon. You are getting sharper. Okay, so it's less like the Moon in tarot is like kind of a fantasy, sort of rose-colored glasses, sort of Neptunian, Piscean energy. The Ace of Swords is very antithetical to that. It's like very Virgo. It's very specific. It's very Gemini as well, very mercurial. So you're kind of like having in the second week this balance, I would actually call it, where you have both polarities there and you need to meet in the middle. So some of you might be in an escapism and others of you might be like taking things too rationally or too logistically to where you're like sapping some of the magic out of the experience. So you want to meet this halfway and come to a greater balance in the second week with whatever you're considering. Week 3, the Hanged Man rooted down by the Page of Pentacles. Okay, you are deliberating on what new seeds you want to plant in the third week of June. So you are this is good because I feel like Sagittarius is a sign that can like really like over fertilize or over plant so many new seeds that you can't keep up with the growth cycle. But rather it's indicated that you're reflecting and you're venerating your own period of new growth rather than forcing it or pushing too hard. Also, though, this could be negative. This could be like spending too much time in deliberation or withholding the new seeds or the new growth in favor of like more stability or more predictability. So it might be indicated in the third week that you actually just need to plant something new, or you need to try to change this, or you need to try to trust that you're supported in new growth as well. Week 4, the Four of Swords, rooted down by the Sun. Okay, growth of health. So as you start planting new seeds and as you start to reclaim your time, reclaim your energy, and balance out this polarity of logistical concerns versus, more fantastical feelings and paths, as you achieve a better balance there, and you have more time, you have more space, more opportunity to plant new things, you will start to heal. Okay, in the 4th week. I love that combination of the Four of Swords and the Sun. That's like having more time to sort of like rest, relax, rejuvenate. And it's a growth of energy. And it's this because the sun is about, the sun is the source of life, right? The sun is what obviously allows for, and Earth's proximity to sun is what creates life as we know it. So I just like that combination because the Four of Swords is about resting and understanding and morals, moral of the story, and allowing your body time to realize what's happened to it, okay? And the sun is going to bring with it a certain like healing formula that you can have at the same time. So I think that as you move into July, you're looking at a much better situation. I'm sorry, Sag, that was a lot of repetition of the word much, but anyway, it's important because you need that. You need like a lot of healing here. I feel that a lot of y'all are like really burned out and too maybe methodical in some ways, and you don't want to sap out certain like trust grids that you need. So anyway, Sagittarius, I'm going to do an extended reading for you guys. I'll get central theme and 2 supporting themes, and we'll talk more about balance and healing in your extended. Have a great month. Bye.